Welcome back. Our final community conversation with Sarah Cooperman, Executive Director of the Rockfish Wildlife Sanctuary. Since the last time we saw you, we've turned the page to the next month, the final month of the calendar.
Yes.
So it's time to talk about our latest patient of the month.
Our featured patient this month is an adorable little meadow vole. Are you familiar with
They look just like that.
They do look just like that. So this little guy came in after being found alone outside of someone's home, just on the ground by itself, so it was a presumed orphan, and he arrived at the sanctuary, got fluid therapy, and we started him on a nutrition plan so that he could get back up to fine form ahead of his release.
I imagine when you said, what do you know about voles? Not much, and I probably think I'm in good company there. So what's so special about them?
You are indeed in good company, and honestly, we didn't know too much about voles at Rockfish Wildlife
All right,
Sanctuary
I feel better.
either. The first vole we had ever admitted in the history of the sanctuary was just last year. So this is our second ever vole patient. That's because they tend to be pretty secretive, little elusive animals that spend the bulk of their time underground or in these adorable little runways that they construct out of grass. So they form these runways, not high fashion runways, they're literal runways, so that they can scoot through the grass and stay hidden and get easily away from possible predators without having to push their way through grass. So that's what they're doing a lot of the time, which is not super visible to most people. So we really don't encounter them the way that we do mice, for example, or squirrels, larger rodents that live in our
I was
community.
going to say, so just two voles, but you do
Yes.
tend to work with
We do.
smaller rodents like mice.
We do. We get a lot of rodents. We admitted about 130 eastern gray squirrels this year, about 50 white-footed mice. So voles are just really unusual to get into care, but they're just as important as those other critters.
All right, so let's go back to this specific
Yeah.
guy. What does his future hold?
So he was actually just released yesterday.
Perfect.
Yep, we released him at the sanctuary. We're in 20 acres in rural Nelson County, so it's a really lovely spot for him. And we were able to set up a little game camera outside of the this chute that our team constructed in his tank, so he would be able to just squeeze out without any predators getting into where he was. And we were able to check the game camera footage this morning, and we saw him come right out, and he did return earlier in the morning. So we'll see if we need to evict him after a few days, but for now he is welcome to stick around.
He knows he had it good with you guys, doesn't he?
He does, yes.
How can people support caring for patients like this and all the rest?
So we are still caring for animals. We have about 50 patients in care at the moment, which is quite unusual for this time of year. Normally things quiet down as we get towards the winter months, but nope, those babies kept coming this fall. So if people would like to support them, especially as we get towards the holidays, they are welcome to make a donation at rockfishwildlifesanctuary.org/donate.
Real quick, just because it's all the rage right now. Have you ever worked with a drunk raccoon?
We've gotten some calls this week.
I bet you have. Good seeing you, Sarah.
You too.
All right, Jeanette.